Kia ora, Talofa, Malele, Bula and Welcome to Season 8, Episode 18 of Breakfast Bites by Tevovosports.com. A wrap of Pasifika People's sports news on a sunny and bright Thursday morning, 18 January 2024. Coming to you with tons of hanisi from the 180th meridian in the middle of the blue continent. In rugby union, the best international club rugby sevens tournament in the world, the McDonald's Fiji's Coral Coast Sevens kicks off in RugbyTown at 9:30 a.m. with rugby royalty all over the show. Dan Norton, Semi Kuntani, Sir Gordon Tietjens, Rasta the ref from Ra, and the Blitzbox star Kyle Brown. Yesterday, the tournament honoured Rugby Sevens icon Sir Gordon Tietjens and English speedster Dan Norton with their plaques in the RugbyTown Walk of Fame on the footpath out front of Sigatoka River Safari along the banks of the mighty Sigatoka River. At 9:30 a.m. this morning, the Shangri-La Yanuca Island Fiji Women's Comp gets underway, followed by the Outrigger Fiji Beach Resort Youth Games from 10:25 a.m. And then the McDonald's men's competition kicks off from 11:40 a.m. with a ripper between the New Zealand Sevens development team versus the McDonald's Ambassador All-Stars, with all games in the above competitions on grounds 1 and 2. Round 2 of the women's games runs through from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m., followed by round 2 of the youth comp running through until just before 4 p.m. Round 2 of the men's comp throws the visiting international teams up against local teams for the first time in the McDonald's Fiji Coral Coast Sevens, with some ripper matchups as follows. 4:05 p.m. Ambassador All-Stars versus Devo Babas. 4:23 p.m. New Zealand Sevens Development versus Ravuka. 4:41 p.m. USA Falcons versus Bar Originals. 4:59 p.m. Fire versus Dominion Brothers. 5:17 p.m. McDonald's Saunaka versus SRS Tubarua Highlanders. 5:35 p.m. Fiji Babas versus EMS Tabadamu. 5:53 p.m. Pacific Nomads versus BDK Yalovata. And the last game of the day today at 6:11 p.m. Army versus Ratu Felice. The big question is, can any of the overseas teams beat our local rugby sevens teams? In rugby league, the NRL have made a law change concerning contested restarts in 2024 in a bid to encourage teams to take risks to regain possession. The change is designed to incentivize more contest for the ball from set restarts, the NRL said in a statement yesterday, announcing the move, which the league believes will give teams more incentive to attempt short kickoffs or dropouts. So, what is the change? If a team kicks the ball out on the full over the touchline, or the ball fails to travel at least 10 meters forward in an attempt to contest the restart from the goal line, 20-meter line, or halfway line, play will now restart with a play the ball 10 meters out from the line of the kick, rather than with a penalty. In football, Inter Miami will travel to El Salvador this week to kick off the international tour, covering more than 23,000 miles for 6 games in 5 different countries over 20 days. The schedule is unprecedented for an MLS team, but it's the new reality for a franchise looking to capitalize on the legendary Lionel Messi in every way possible. So, on Friday, Inter Miami play the El Salvador national team in San Salvador. On January 22, they play FC Dallas at the Cotton Bowl Stadium in Texas. January 29th, they play Al Hilal in Riyadh. And on February the 1st, they play Al Nazir in Riyadh. On February 4, they play the Hong Kong All-Stars. And on February 7th, they play Vissel Kobe in Tokyo. Back home, Inter Miami will host one final preseason game on February the 15th against Atletico Newell Old Boys, for whom Messi played in his youth. In sports biz, as the Australian Open moves into second round play, the first Grand Slam of 2024 is already on pace to break the attendance record it set last year. with the first 2 days of tennis in Melbourne attracting more than 169,000 fans. This year's pace could easily see the tournament close in on 1 million total fans, against an all-time tournament high of just over 839,000 spectators at Rod Laver Arena, Melbourne Park in 2023. And in combat sports, world number 1 Novak Djokovic repeatedly challenged a heckler in the stands during his fiery second-round match at the Australian Tennis Open last night, shouting, "Come say that to my face," between serves. The exchange appeared to help Djokovic as he upped his level to reach the last 32. Later, Aussie star Nick Kyrgios offered to jump into the stands to defend the Serb fighter, tennis player. And that's a wrap. For TableOverSports.com, I'm Cullen Kamea. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons below if you want to receive more Pasifika sports highlights on Breakfast Bites. Mahalo, ka kite, and thank you all too much for all your love and support.